Wait. Huh? No. Whatever.
Huh.
Wait. Huh? No. Whatever. The scribe's work is simple, which is exactly why I took the position. Wait. Huh? No. Whatever. Book learning alone is not enough to...
That's close enough.
Rain Cutter, our bond is strong.
The process of elimination.
You want this one?
Curses. There's sand in my shoes.
Happy to oblige.
Following
To
orders.
oblige. Know my sword. Witness the power of dissipate. I'll look alive. Our bond is strong. Buckle up.
Here you are.
Ad Astra. Thank you for Ad Astra. Rain outlines your fate. Rain dissipate.
I'll be back.
Time to act.
Here you are.
You are not welcome.
Rain cutter. No one. Book alive.
Flicker.
No, my soul. Lightning. Terrified. Dissipate.
Here you are.
Scatter. You are not
Let's get it
welcome
on.
here.
Our bond is strong.
Flicker.
Dissipate.
That's close enough.
Book alive. Our bond is strong.
I'll be back.
Rain outlines your fate. Buckle up.
Here you are.
The process of elimination.
Stand with me. Book alive.
Flicker.
With you all the way.
Flicker. Defract. Here you go. Here you are. Wait. Huh? No. Whatever.
Want to buy some spices? We have all the usuals, but at affordable prices.
Our bond is strong.
This had better be important.
Sure. I'll hang out with you youngsters.
There's no such thing as pure freedom in this world. Even the wind cannot blow on forever.
Alright, I think it's fine now. I can continue streaming now. I don't see any problem now.
There's no need to exchange pleasantries. It's rather
I
pathetic
hope
to
things
force
will
a
go smoother this
conversation
time. I
just
already
to
forgot
occupy silence.
where I was, what I was doing in the event. I already forgot all this. But oh well. We're not gonna have any more build anyway, so I guess we can just start early. I remember about not finding Scaramouche here last time I come here.
Quit following
Last
me.
time I came here. For some reason, Scaramouche is just not here.
You two must have a lot of free time if you came looking for me.
Well, that's the only thing you say. Oh, okay then.
Too
Maybe I
slow.
should increase my volume or my voice. Just a bit. Probably fine. Okay, next, Layla. What are you up to now? She's below us? Somewhere.
Squall and Fury.
She's below us somewhere. Oh. Thank you.
The wind rises.
In the cave. What are you doing here, my dear? Oh shoot, this is the place we have to rest?
Do you want to rest some more?
There's some shade here, so we can stop for a while.
All right, let's do that.
Oh yeah, Tineric almost got heat stroke. It's all blurry in my mind now, so we're gonna meet Layla here. Right? Yeah. I was gonna say, guess not.
Oh, Sino and Tainari. And you've got the Traveler and Paimon with you. Oh, hey, Layla!
Increase my game volume a little more. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
the sun was too strong, so I just... What about you? Are you all done already?
Unfortunately not. I'm not quite as capable as I thought. I
Weak to
intend to
sun.
withdraw from...
Withdraw? Can you even do that?
I didn't know.
I believe the rules do provide for such a situation. Alhaitham did say that...
Didn't I ask you if you were alright before this? If you had just decided to withdraw then, you wouldn't have had to suffer.
Being a carry friend,
Well,
yeah.
I had to try, didn't I? So I tried, and it didn't work out. And now, when I get back, I'm definitely going to make a batch of sun-resistant oil. Next time... By the way, you're Layla, aren't you? You don't look very well yourself. Will you be all right?
I did feel a little faint when I first entered the desert, but I feel a lot better after resting here.
Be careful not to push yourself too hard.
Don't worry. I'm just...
Sleepy.
Feeling the pressure?
Uh-huh. You can tell?
Your expression is similar to the ones I see on criminals' faces when I interrogate them.
You're pressuring her more.
To tell you the truth,
Oh,
I'm
I
still not
guess not.
sure whether I have what it takes to
I
represent
thought she's
the
gonna feel
Ratawa
it more
Histortion
pressure
in the
because
championship.
she now looks like criminals.
Most people voted for me because of all the rumors surrounding me, and to be honest, those rumors don't really mean anything. Now I don't know
And
how
also,
to deal
did
with
you know
all the
that all those rumors
expectations
are
they
true?
put on me.
I mean, probably not
Even
all,
the
but
people who
you're more
usually
capable than this
criticize me voted for me
when
this
you're
time.
sleeping.
So I feel like I have to live up to their expectations.
So their expectations are putting pressure on you.
Yes. Actually...
To be completely honest, I don't really feel any pressure. Firstly, those who expect things from you do not necessarily do so for benign reasons. On the other hand, those who do consider... Next, we are researchers. Our primary duty is to interact with knowledge, not to meet others' expectations. As for me, I took part in this competition to advertise for an academic lecture at Gandharvaville next month. I'll obviously try my best. I think you can also try to find a clearly defined goal. That may help you.
I understand. Thanks.
I'm absolutely parched after talking so much.
I've still got some water with me.
No, I'll be all right. We aren't far from Aru village, so I can go the rest of the way myself.
Yes. All right then. Your spirit will live on through me.
Hey, don't talk like that. I'm not dead, Sino. Everyone, I'll be heading back now. See you after the round ends.
I can't still get my head. I mean, I can't
I'll
still get the
continue
thought
searching
of
for the ley line
Tinari now
disruptors.
sounds like Mika out of my head. Sounds so similar
Are you
to
feeling
Mika.
better now, Layla?
Yeah, I feel like some of the weight has been taken off my shoulders. It's been a long time since I first left my hometown to come to the academia. And every day here, all sorts of complex astrological models, countless quizzes, and when I was chosen as my Darshan's representative, it felt like another boulder was added to the ones already rolling behind. Yeah, I think
We
that's what
prefer you to be
Tainari was
happy,
trying to
Layla.
tell me. You're our good friends, which is why you didn't stop him from dropping out of this round, and why you don't...
That's right! No need to feel so down.
That said, he did also say that he hopes I could have more concrete... Anyway, I won't take up any more of your time. You still have to record the other
True. We should go look for the others.
You could go see how Madame Farozan's doing.
Okay, let's go look for Far.
Madame Farson.
Don't worry.
Is there anything in this cave? I think last time I'm here was on the Argon place, right? Oh, Sino, you still around here? Oh, hey.
You had your chance. Behold.
Where's Sino?
Squall and Fury. Quit following me.
Where the fuck is Sino again? Is he above? Like at the top?
Behold.
I don't think climbing this way is a good idea. Where's Sino? I just want to talk to you. Is there any other way to get up there?
The wind rises.
I just want to get up there somehow. Just want to get up there somehow. Yeah, I should increase my voice a little bit more.
Behold!
I guess we could go check Kawe first.
Yeah.
You're still having a problem with those
Too slow.
fogs?
There's another one.
Yeah, it's 2 now. Prepare for trouble
Quit following me.
and make it double. Even a treasure order says.
Wind rises.
I don't think I remember how to go up.
Behold!
Oh hey, it's the rare specialty.
Too slow.
Gonna collect when I can. I don't think I'm gonna meet Sino now. I can't find him. Isn't this area supposed to have more scarab? I feel like I found. Yeah. 1, 2. I feel like I saw 2 scarabs around here before.
Hey there, Farazan. Have
Hey,
you made any
Madame
progress?
Person.
You're just in time. I'm about to start digging right here.
Oh, you found the ley line disruptor already?
Such a simple problem could never confound me. Not long after entering the desert, I discovered a primal construct that was acting abnormally, so I followed it all the way here. Once I got near here, it suddenly disappeared. Something unusual must be happening around this area.
You're a true expert, Madame Farazan. You know what to...
Well, I do happen to have more experience than most. But that aside, has anyone completed this challenge yet?
No.
Not yet.
Well then, I suppose I'll be the first. What about that boy Tainari? Oh? And why's that?
He's not used to being out and about in the desert.
Huh. I didn't think he would have such a weakness. I suppose he could use a bit more training. What about the others? Is that Rotawahist girl still a bundle of nerves?
Still bundled
Tainari
nerves.
gave Layla some advice, and she seems to be doing a lot better now. Sino just started his search for the disruptors, and as for Hat Guy...
I can't believe it. He's head guy now.
Who knows what he's thinking?
And what about Kaveh? Has he found a ley line disruptor yet?
You found a trouble. A trouble.
Simon doesn't think so, or our
And now
locators
it's
would have already
double.
let us know.
Strange. What's he lollygagging for? With his skills, you should have heard something from him by now. Well, I'm afraid the most thrilling moments are already done here. You sh-
Let's see what is he up to. Probably his best. Oh hey, Layla moved. Hey Layla. Let's go there first.
Squall and Fury.
Not sure what is Calvey doing. Probably his best.
Too slow.
Nah, I don't have time for you.
I think I'll start by doing a loop around the cup.
Doing a loop. Let's just teleport. I still not gonna find a way to reach Sign. Oh hey, there's crystal flies here.
Behold!
Wait, he also moved. Now there are 3.
Come on, stop following me. I already gave you all the food I had on me.
Why did you give all the food to them?
You can cry all you want. I don't have any more food. All I have left is a half bottle of water, and I can't possibly give you that. Without water, traveling in the desert will be incredibly difficult, and I still need to find what I'm looking for.
Why did
Merak,
you give
can you help me out here? Keep them away.
Oh, it has a name. Oh,
Kaveh, there you are.
what a cute iPad you have there, Calvey.
Faruzan told us to come see how you're doing. What are you up to?
Just
He's
thinking about it
pissed.
makes me upset. Not long after I entered the desert, I was accosted by these fellows. I don't know why, but they didn't leave the competition grounds. And now the ley line disruptions have left them confused and circling around the area. The moment they saw me, they wouldn't leave me alone. They even cheated me out of my limited food supply.
Merak. How do you pronounce his names again? Merak? Merak used distraction.
Hey, didn't I
It
ask you
failed.
to keep them away?
Kaveh, is this flying metal thingy yours?
That's right. This is my toolbox, Merak.
Merak.
Your toolbox? Huh. It seems pretty fancy. Hey there! Can you...
Sometimes I need to carry things when I go out, so it's handy to have a portable toolbox.
Well, this definitely doesn't look like an ordinary toolbox, that's for sure.
It's a long story. When I was working in the desert, I ran into a merchant group who had a machine core they excavated from some... It was clearly from King Deshret's civilization. His technology still isn't fully understood, and our current theories cannot explain such mysteries. Upon seeing such a rare, complete specimen before me, some time back, I wanted to make an automated case that could store my offloaded items. With that core, I created Merak. It can't understand
Merak.
commands that are too complex, but it can serve as my assistant and help me with things like mapping and surveying.
And also swinging
Most
claymore.
importantly, it can't talk, so it can't give me any attitude.
Definitely a plus. Oh,
Oh,
he's
yes.
looking sad now.
Thanks for helping hide the fact that I live at Al-Haytham's place earlier.
Sorry.
I hope this season of my life ends soon, so I can get things back on track. Things just started going downhill at some point. Maybe it all started when my mom remarried and left for Fontaine. Or maybe
Go to
it all started when I
Fontaine.
spoke to Al-Haytham in the library.
It all started as
Or maybe it's because constructing the Palace of Alcazarzaray burned through my funds. I'm still paying off the debt from that one. Oh, when's this going to end? Now that I think about it, I guess we're all unlucky here. It's not like any of you asked to be trapped in a ley line disruption. Okay, let me get you all out.
Kaveh, aren't you going to look for the ley line disruptors?
Yes, but I can't just leave them here, can I? Oh, forget it. The more I think about this, the more I feel a headache coming on. I'll get back to searching once I get them out of here. Time's a-wasting. I'm off.
Kaveh looks like he's
They're his
conflicted.
followers now.
He really wants to win, but he can't ignore those he wants to help. Paimon's always felt like he's the type who easily gets himself into tough spots. Paimon doesn't mean
I
this
think
in
he's
an
too
insulting
kind.
way, but he seems like the kind of guy who'd be really easy to take advantage of.
What's that sound?
Oh, someone's done
Oh.
already.
I
Paimon
wonder
always
who it
does
is.
Let's go back and ask Al-Haytham.
It's not gonna be Madame Farsan, right? It's not. Maybe it's Sino. Where's Wanderer? I think I'm getting cold.
Quit following me.
a few things that seem a little off.
Here it comes. I think I'm about to strike gold.
You think I've got a I just tell it. The wind rises.
Hey there. Excuse us, but is Sino at the Academia?
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? I'm afraid he's out on a mission right now, but if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on to him.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with Amatra.
Oh? If you don't mind, what...
Siraj.
Siraj... That name's...
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue.
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment. I ran as fast as I could. A little slower and he would have caught me.
There's no rush. Please, take your time. What kind of experiments was he conducting?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling weird. It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern.
Even if what you say is... Oh, but before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
Please don't take it the wrong way. This is just standard protocol. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while?
Huh? I'll hate them.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the per protocol. This matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then asked to join the investigation.
Huh. It's kinda weird for you to be working with the Matra. Is there a special reason?
You're overthinking things. My interest was piqued is all.
Really? I'm surprised you have this much free time. In that case, let's join in as well, shall we, Traveler?
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Al-Haytham to participate in this investigation. As for you two... Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany us, but you have to promise to keep everything confidential.
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
All right, in that case, I'll fill you in on what we know so far. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he stumbled upon this information while escaping.
Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site research 1 month ago. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given, so we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate any
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out. You two, do as you will.
Oh, come on! We already said that
Too slow. There's no such thing as pure freedom. Swollen fury.
verification complete. Congratulations on being this round's first winner, Sino. Ooh, so Sino was the quickest.
I am from Spontamon, after all. We know a lot about ley lines, so finding a disruptor was never going to be...
Since the Traveler and Paimon also happen to be here, do you have anything you want to say?
Anything I want to say? My friend couldn't continue on, so failure was never an option. The bonds of yesterday will forge the road to tomorrow. With the ties of friendship that bind us, I won't lose to anyone. That's a line from King of Invocations, one of my favorite works, and it sums up my thoughts right now.
It might be a good thing that Tainari isn't here, or else he'd give Sino a good smack right about... Oh, wow. It's already so late. Everyone's probably running low on food.
Something similar happened in King of Invocations. What a classic.
Any thoughts on that, Alhaitham?
I have no thoughts regarding King of Invocations.
Milu obviously wasn't wasn't asking about that.
Deserts are much more dangerous at night, so this competition should be nearing its end. At the moment, only Farazan, Layla, and Kaveh remain.
I wonder who the next person to find a disruptor will be.
Wait, only 3 people are left? Tainari forfeited.
He also forfeited not long ago.
Ugh, Paimon can't understand what he's thinking, but like Al-Haytham said, this round's almost over. Let's go see what the other contestants are doing. How weird. The locator says that Madame Farazan's nearby, but where?
Too slow. Huh. You even... Wind rises. Squall and Fury. Huh. Too slow. Behold! The wind rises. Quit following me. Behold!
Your journey ends here.
We'll see about that. Truth repeats its course.
Leave the wounded to me.
The wind rises.
Lord of Sun, your sacrifice is ready.
Dodge this.
How the golden slumber.
What do we have?
Quit following me.
Shh, quiet. I'm currently trying to find a way out of here.
Hello again. You know, it suddenly occurred to me that you guys have had to do a lot of running around this time. Don't you Really? Wow. I don't know where you get your strength. The desert's getting colder now that night's falling, and the wind can really sting your face because of all the sick... has anyone finished this round yet?
Sino's already shut one down. Have you made any progress yet?
I circled the whole area, but I didn't find anything. But I did have the chance to think some more about that thing that was... Well, my fellow Retawahist members must have all put my name forward for different reasons. And maybe a lot of them only picked me because they wanted, but be that as it may, I believe that a lot of them genuinely do, and I want to live up to their expectations. I don't want them...
Huh? But doesn't thinking like that put a lot of pressure on you?
Of course, that comes with some amount of pressure for sure. But now I've thought about it, I don't feel like this is something I have to do. That may not sound like a huge difference to you, but it's
Well, that's great!
Also, now that I've relaxed, I'm suddenly really sleepy. I think I'll just... But the competition isn't over yet. Oh, Layla. She's really a bundle of nerves, isn't she?
Wait, you're...
Good to see you too. Ooh, it's nice to be out. Feels like I've been cooped up inside for quite a while. Well, since I'm here, I guess I should help her finish this. What are we supposed... Let me see. Looks like she's basically gathered all the information she needs. Come with me, you two. Do you ever get the feeling that the ley lines have a regular flow? Similar to the way that celestial bodies follow fixed orbits. If we were looking down from on high, I wonder whether we'd find that the ley lines are just the reflections of the stars upon the Earth. Not all astrological phenomena can be directly observed. Some are deductions based on other details that we know. It's the same situation with the ley lines. The parts of them that are hidden underground can be identified via elemental energy, sound, and other phenomena.
Search forth. Search forth.
Plus, now that someone has shut one of the disruptors down, the contrast between before and after can provide me with further information still. Let me see. It should be here, I think.
We'll see about that.
This should be it, right? I'll turn it off. That should restore the ley lines in the area.
Nice work!
Again, I didn't do any of the real work. She'll probably wake up soon. No doubt she'll be a little disoriented at first, but once she's got her bearings, she'll go and report that she shut down this disruptor. Will you be staying here for a while? Or...
Oh, time to check our locator. Whoa, it looks like Kaveh and Farozan are headed towards the same place.
Perhaps they're about to find the lost disruptor. Also, speaking of Kaveh, he's an interest...
Huh? Why do you say that?
Before the second round, he had a chat with the other me. He said that worries can be like illnesses. They don't always have a magic cure. Sometimes you just have to endure them as best you can until they run their course. But the way I see it, his situation is much worse than my other self's. She just hadn't found what she wanted to do at the moment. Kaveh, meanwhile, knows what he wants to do. He's convinced that he has to win, and yet he doesn't have a second personality, but somehow... I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's like he's smiling on the outside, but there's no joy inside, only sorrow. Still, who knows? He must be more experienced than me. Maybe he's just better at dealing with it all than I am. But back to the topic of wrapping up. Shouldn't you be getting back to the action to record how everything plays?
Oh, true. Okay, then. Kaveh and Farozan were But between the two of them, who's going to get there first? Let's head over quick.
Quit following me.
Keep your eyes wide open. Who's next?
There are still so many places.
Why won't it bloom?
It should be around here.
Finally found it.
Kave? Are you?
Oh, Madame Faruzan. And here I thought you would have finished.
Faruzan! Kave! Oh, looks like Layla's already done.
I didn't expect that you and I would find a disruptor at the same time. How are the other contestants doing?
Tainari and Hat Guy forfeited, while Sino and Layla are already done. You two are the only ones left. Huh? That's weird. Didn't you start digging really early on?
Yes, I kept digging, but instead of finding a disruptor, I found a ruin. I fell down pretty deep, and it was completely dark in there. It took me quite some time to unlock the various mechanisms and return to the surface.
That's actually really impressive.
Finishing a week's worth of trials in such a short time. Huh. That's pretty amazing.
What about you? Why are you so late?
I encountered a lot of lost desert foxes along the way, and I brought them to the outskirts of the competition zone. When I came back, I was absolutely parched. And when I woke up, it was already night.
A most curious reason indeed. But are you sure you're all right? You said you were familiar with the desert. The way you handle problems... It does feel rather at odds.
It was problematic, but that had nothing to do with me being a genius. It was the way I did things wasn't optimal, but I wouldn't have been comfortable not doing it either. My conscience would have weighed on me.
Youths these days, each stranger than the next. But back to the main issue at hand. Since we are both very certain that this is where the final leyline disruptor is, let's dig it up then. Well, this is indeed it. Of that there isn't... What is it, youngster? You seem relieved.
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that this round's finally over. There shouldn't be any more innocent creatures getting wrapped up in danger. As for the points, I guess we can draw lots again later. I can't think of anything better.
All right, in that case, let's all head back to Aru Village. Paimon thinks you'll both need some water and rest.
Does it better be important? The wind rises.
Looks like the second round is over. I wonder who is faster, Kave or Madame Farzan? Huh? Where's Madame Farzan?
She went to get water. She'll be back shortly. He's basically arrived at the same time, so we'd like to draw lots again.
You get caught up in some things so easily, like drawing lots.
I'm not caught up in anything. Don't make it sound like I take pleasure in having bad luck.
Really? Then should I say that you have a curious affinity for drawing lots?
I'll go get the box and slips of paper for the lots. Please wait a moment.
Oh, here we go again. Let's see how I fare.
I got it! Did you see that?
Congratulations!
Looks like Kave's luck's taking a turn for the better!
Finally! After all this time!
It looks like you've been rewarded for your tribulations in the desert.
And with that, our second round is done. Sino, Layla, and Kave are victorious. As for the current standings, Sino and Layla both have 4 points, putting them both in first place. The rest in descending order are Tainari, Farazan, Kave, and Hatgai. The next round will be the final one. Please rest up before then, everyone. I heard that some stalls at the Wisdom Gala are debuting new games, so feel free to drop by if you're interested. Otherwise, see you next round.
too slow. Squall and Fury!
It feels like something's been on your mind this entire time.
Traveler, Paimon. I finally found you.
Finally? Did something happen?
Don't you feel like there's something off about this year's Academia extravaganza? And Candace and I were at the cafe earlier. We might have caught sight of some mercs on business. Thing is, that no disguise can mask the stench of blood. Just from their suspicious looks, I bet they do.
We eavesdropped on them for a while. Their target seems to be someone called Sachin.
Sachin? Isn't that the person who Karina mentioned? He's apparently the sponsor behind the competition prizes.
Sounds like a rich person, all right. The Eremites have been struggling to make ends meet recently. So, in their words, one gig sets you up for half a year. Just one job like this.
The extravaganza has brought many tourists to Sumeru City all at once. Dia and I wanted to directly capture them, but
I would have tied him up if it wouldn't have caused a scene. Who's legally supposed to take care of this kind of thing? The Mach?
If Sino were here, he'd definitely get involved. Thanks a million, you...
Not at all.
Yeah, don't sweat it. The Eremite's reputation is gonna get even worse if these scum... But this is Sumeru City. Candace and I don't have as much freedom to act here.
Should you require our aid, come find us at the cafe.
Paimon's noticed that something's bugging you. Is it the extravaganza? Cause Paimon's, thinking like this.
Quit following me. Behold!
Hey, isn't that the mantra we investigated Siraj with? Barav, wasn't it? Let's go talk to him.
Hello, both. It's been a while. Someone's planning to kidnap Sachin. The goodness. Though I suppose it's not all. The growing popularity of the extravaganza has given him quite the reputation boost as its sponsor.
Well, since he's got a target on his back now...
To tell you the truth, we've thought about doing just that. However, Sachin apparently prefers to spend most of his time out doing field work, Our only lead is something he once said. Each time the Inter-Darshan Championship is held, I will be watching from close by assuming he remains committed to that promise, and he must be right here in the city somewhere. I suspect that the Eremites in question must have heard of—
So, they shouldn't know where Sachin is either, right?
I would assume not. Anyway, Mahamatra Saino is still on vacation, so I'll handle this. Don't you worry. A couple of kidnappers aren't gonna get very far in Sumeru City these days. I have my ways of forcing them out into the open. All of that said, if you're interested in Sachin's story, the sooner we ascertain his whereabouts, the quicker we can act to ensure his safety. I mean, you could—
Fair point. Guess we should start searching for him.
None, I'm afraid. He's never committed any crimes or broken academic protocol, so we don't have— I've heard that Al-Haytham has now stepped down from his post as acting Grand Sage and is back to being a scribe again.
Good idea! Okay, we'll head back to the extravagant.
Too slow. Swan Fury.
Hey, Nilu?
Al-Haytham? Why, what is it?
We're trying to track down someone and we needed to pull up—
Oh, I see. Sorry, he's always the first to leave after the competition ends, and he never tells anyone where he'll be going.
Huh. Yeah, actually, that sounds about right for him.
Let me think. To him, being a commentator is just extra work he was roped into. Do you guys know of—
Ooh, maybe. Paimon remembers that his house isn't that far from here, so we—
Quit following me. Upon the gale.
Let's try knocking. No answer? Maybe no one's home. Hello? Al-Haytham?
Oh, it's you two?
Oh, Kaveh, you're home!
Come on in. I'll get the door for you.
We didn't hear a peep when we first knocked. We thought no one was home.
Well, I can't be too careful. If someone from the academia came here looking for Al-Haytham, and I opened the door for them without thinking, before long the whole city would know—
You're pretty conscientious about this. So, what happens if someone comes inside?
It's fine, as long as I stay in my own room. Anyway, why would someone just barge in here looking for him? Most people have better things to do.
Fair enough. So do you
What do you think? Who knows what he does in his free time? All that matters to me is that he's out of the house. I wouldn't call it that. He's just incapable of saying anything pleasant at all. I told him how the second round went. I won the lot draw, remember? Because of good karma, of course. My luck's on the rise, but him, being him. You wouldn't believe what he said. You're always quick to remind me that you're my upperclassman, and yet you do not problem solve in the manner becoming of an upperclassman. This begs the question of why we attach prestige to seniority at all. What does he mean, manner becoming of an upperclassman? What, am I supposed to earn the title? And he didn't stop there. He said, I'd encourage you to reflect on why you've ended up having to rely on luck every round. Frankly, it's incomprehensible to me how you've managed to make it to this age without acknowledging the proverbial elephant in the room of your life. I've had it with him. Every time I talk to him, it's the same way. He finds a way to infuriate me every single time. Anyway, the disdain is very much mutual between us, so I'll be moving out as soon as possible. I'm actually packing my things right now. He'll have to get used to doing his own cleaning and tidying. See those perfectly hung paintings on the walls? They're coming with me too. If his life wasn't utterly devoid of artistic—
Wait, you're moving on already? But the competition isn't even over.
Well, obviously I can't just yet. I'm just packing early to get ahead of the game. I've got my new place picked out already. The moment I have my hands on the prize money, I'm going to buy it and move my things right in. It'll take me 3 days tops to move out of here for good. I now know what I have to do to achieve this goal. No matter what happens in the third round, I will win. I will...
Well, we'll be rooting for you. But are you sure you'll...
In what way?
Layla said that she thinks you'll get caught up in internal conflict.
Meaning what exactly? Oh, don't tell me you think I have serious personality flaws too.
We didn't say that. But think about it. You say you want to win, but you also turned...
Wait, what's so unusual about all that? I gave you my reasons. I would have felt guilty otherwise. Where's the conflict? Well, when you put it like that, yes, why indeed? It's a good question. I guess it's just in my nature.
But thinking like that all the time must make your life so exhausting. Not to mention that by helping...
It's complicated. Look, let's maybe leave this conversation for another time. What Sachin? Huh. He did actually mention a Sachin recently. I remember he brought a few documents home that day. He was thinking out loud as he looked through them, making some notes and doodling as he went. He even suggested that I should take a look, but I... Ah, this is the one. Here, take...
You sure he'd be...
With taking liberties? He's certainly okay with helping himself to my beer whenever he pleases. And anyway, he did ask me if I wanted to read his notes. I didn't see the point at the time, so he just left them. He doesn't leave documents lying around unless he's okay with other people reading them. It's fine, I promise.
Cool, if you say so. Okay.
Serious? All of Sachin's wealth, that's more than I could spend in a lifetime, surely. Heck, if I got chosen, I'd be able to... I could build another Palace of Alcazar's array. Except this time, I'd make it 10 times bigger. Oh, then there's that new project in Port Ormos, of course. The bridge renovation. To do it properly would take upward...
Hey, snap out of it! You're getting way ahead...
You're right. First, I need to focus on winning and moving out of this place.
Huh? Wait a moment. There's a loose kid all Hatham right this? It looks like he was jotting ideas down. Sachin, dead or alive. Unknown. And some of this stuff is just plain incomprehensible. Is this really...
Let me see. Huh. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. That's a rough translation anyway. I can't guarantee it's 100% accurate. There's another smaller line of...
Wow!
We worked together on a project once when we were students. The title was Decoding the Runes and Architectural Philosophy of the Ruins of King Deshret's Civilization. I had to familiarize myself a little with this script at the time.
Oh, interesting. So, any idea what I'll hate?
Who knows? The way his mind works is one of the great mysteries of the world.
Fair enough. Well, guess we've learned all we can here. Yeah, you better catch those crooks. But until then, let's just head out for a stroll.
Little decisions. What could have been going through...
arrested some Eremites who snuck into the city. Let's go to the Academia and check with Ara.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished in—
What did you find out?
Well, lots of unexpected The mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. We just had someone dress up as Sachin and they took the— But then it starts to get messy. During the interrogation, we learned that they were hired by Sachin's own child.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their own
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, apparently the guys we caught are just the tip of the iceberg. Most of them are still snooping around outside the city. We're diverting manpower as we speak to try and round them all up.
Sure, let's go get to the bottom of all of it.
Squall Fury!
Yeah. Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all unconscious on the ground.
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real—
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and interrogated us for a bit.
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Jawani. Sachin, if you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask them. When you're done, I'm arresting them all and taking them back to the Academia for further interrogation.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for money. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius. That's my inheritance. By rights. You expect me to sit back and watch it go to someone else? If he won't, of course. Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. And if the Academia doesn't agree to it, no. The old fart knows how to stay hidden. I'll give him that. He's probably... I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. And who knows what a madman... Diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing he... Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high... Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same store. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point.
What do you mean, something wrong?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young at the time. But when he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went... Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by that point. Perhaps the man we called Sachin.
Okay, you can stop.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eye.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Thanks for... Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah! Al-Haytham's notes do mention...
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into this matter. Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to...
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back...
you're finally back. Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. The third round's already started.
We were out capturing some bad guys who wanted to kidnap Sachin. But that's not important right now. We think there might be something wrong with the Diadem of Knowledge, and we'd like to investigate it.
The diadem? That seems unlikely. The Diadem of Knowledge has been used in every extravaganza over the last 2 decades, always without incident. This is pretty serious. Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is currently in Mount Ima Forest. We moved it there before the third round began. In the third round, contestants have to go into Mount Ima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person to do this gets 4 points. Considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins this round is very... As such, I suspect competition to be very fierce. I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please?
Alright, let's go! That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest...
The wind rises. Behold!
Uh-oh. This place looks empty.
The wind rises.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray. Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
It's Kaveh's toolbox! Throwing the diadem to its owner!
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my child.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I once met. But you are made of sterner stuff than he. More cognizant. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to... You have all performed outstandingly in this International Championship. The Academia has many, but if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh. Not only because you...
Me? Similar to you?
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, conflict over water sources, robbing of merchant caravans, exploitation of the people relentlessly. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly.
So, did you?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use... I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, and even sought out the scholars living... But in the end, I found that the answer I sought simply did not exist. It was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions to any one party, for the sins are carved into humanity's very nature. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history offers no... After this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. Consumed by it, but before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to preserve part of one's consciousness. Into it, I placed my experiences before requesting that the Academia manage my estate.
As I thought, the contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation. And so, with a handsome reward to draw out the world...
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people. Such a person would have a clearer understanding of humanity, society, and the world.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. To me, this is also part of the experiment. Part of my investigation into human nature. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, or succumbs to an indulgence in pleasure-seeking, my research will have progressed. I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. I regret the unbearable weight of its history. And I lament the research that I failed to complete. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolutely certain that you want to give me everything you owned? For me to do with as I please?
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I could not. Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at
Huh?
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them. guess that'll be the end of that.
Kaveh.
Are you all right? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the task prior to that. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Inter-Darshan Championship. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, let's use what he left behind to change it for the better. Rejecting the world will achieve nothing. He and I, we're not the same.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin's estate is to be used.
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his research for him. But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come, and countless future scholars will follow it. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that responsibility. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what your flaws are, but your pride alone prevents you from admitting it. Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech. Contestant Kaveh, on behalf of the organizing committee, it is my honor to congratulate you on your victory.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition, not my views.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony.
Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue. Let's head over and check it out!
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. What's our next course of action? Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham?
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an ongoing investigation. If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious persons. Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, I'll have to trouble you with the protection of our primary witness.
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
He's the same as ever, casually ignoring people just like he did back at Aro Village.
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do, but unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like the acting Grand Sage is trying to seize the Matra's powers. That question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were often subject to these bureaucratic traps. The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our exchange will assure him that I won't interfere with their work this time.
Why is this so complicated?
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and rank inevitably make a lot of things more troublesome than usual.
Excuse me, acting Grand Sage Alhaitham. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what. Have we met before?
No. I have no recollection of ever meeting you.
Haha, I thought so too.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity when I met you for the first time.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Or...
Acting Grand Sage Alhaitham, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawar researcher who has dealings with him. His name is Narendra.
Acting Sage Alhaitham? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell them, but does something like that really warrant the personal interest of the acting Grand Sage? What have I gotten myself into? I know I like great...
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the tavern, but he never showed up.
What were the details of this transaction?
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of mora if I was willing to put some aside. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. Whatever the good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No. He's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue any further breakthroughs on that front. However, I am curious, what do you need him for exactly?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the academia then. I'll eat...
Follow me.
Behold!
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't give us any leads. Alhaitham, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this interested in the case.
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue.
Yes. We were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you. So you're not here because you're interested in the case.
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he continued his academic endeavors. He submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. They are also what the sages use as a reference when formulating or amending the rules of the academia. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various core principles. The Grand Sage took some of my suggestions on board and ultimately decided to reject the application.
So that's why he's buying energy sources and electrical components.
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we got it, Ilyas. Can you try to remember things again?
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times.
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extreme stress. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be restored with the appropriate stimulus. Now, try to recall things you care about. They don't need to be related to this case.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done, I can remember some things, but I can't recall some others no matter. But I do vaguely remember.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month to pay.
And the second thing? What?
I can't remember.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Siraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present. As such, we'll do everything we can to help you regain your memories.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry.
Oh, thank you so much. I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. And my head's always ringing. It feels, but amidst all that, it also feels like nevertheless, I have you all to thank for. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called the Research Preparation Center. That's also.
I see. In that case.
Thank you all for your excellent performance. And that brings... Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite our champion, Kaveh. Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem as well as presenting them with their award. However, we have just received word that Kaveh has inherited Sachin's estate and made the decision to donate it all to charitable causes.
Sachin's estate is getting donated?
So much, Mora. And he gave it all up?
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to say a few words, Kaveh? I'm sure many of our audience, like myself, are curious to learn why you decided to give all this wealth away.
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won, even though I'd say luck played a big part in that. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. With a lot of things in life, people need to experience them for themselves. It shouldn't be up to one person to make a judgment on. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all. I'll leave it there. Thanks very much.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation TCG card. Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means that the Sages will give priority consideration to any future project proposals you submit.
All right, I'll take the card. But as for project proposals, forget it.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big round of applause.
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough for me to live in luxury for my entire life.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole Wisdom Gala to explore.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this one...
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition? Honestly, you don't look happy at all, but...
I suppose... Oh, wait. Sino said he wanted the card, didn't he? And now I have it, right here.
So you're gonna give it to him? But if it's a rare one, you should be able to make a tidy sum of more off it.
Why would I do that? It's of no use to me whatsoever. I may as well just give it to him. Could you pass it on to him for me when you next see him?
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should do it yourself! Come on, let's go...
Huh? But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling my hair!
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin issue. What brings you here?
Well, they gave me this limited edition Genius Invocation card, and I figured you'd have more use for it than I.
But it's a limited edition. Are you sure you want to give it to me?
What else would I do with it? I have no use for it.
But it's limited edition. Kaveh, are you in trouble? You don't have to do all this. Just tell me what's wrong and I will help.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card. I'll figure my own issues out by myself.
All right. In that case, I accept your generosity. But now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, I cannot simply take it from you. How about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price. Namely, the price that the previous limited edition card sold for.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can go a little higher.
1 million mora for a card? But you already have a whole bunch of these, shiny ones, don't you? I saw your deck last time we played.
Not every card is this valuable, and some cards are exquisitely designed, but not rare.
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you plenty to be General Mahamatra if you're splashing out on things like this. But really, it's fine. I'd feel bad taking mora from a friend.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare the mora for this card.
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you? You should watch that, you know. You definitely don't want to end up borrowing money in a moment of impulsivity. Living with debt is miserable.
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience. I guess you've been through a lot?
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny. Kaveh, come with me in a few moments to collect the mora. Thanks to you, I have achieved my goal for participating in this tournament.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well, at least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over. In fact, let me treat you all to a meal later. Bring Tainari and Kale, too.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends. Paimon wonders how the other contestants are doing. Let's go check him.
Swan Fury!
Quit following me.
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice from me on what to wear. Back in the day, My fashion style was considered cutting edge by everyone in the academia.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farzan. Maybe you could pick out a few fashionable outfits for us.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are
Candace and I bumped into these two while we were strolling through the streets. Madame Farazan here's pretty friendly. When she heard that we were buying clothes, she decided...
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Never mind. We can purchase some tech. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider red and pink flowers on. Oh, and some green...
Oh, wait a sec. You sure that's the latest style? That sounds a lot like what the older folks back home would...
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually sounding pretty weird.
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style is a classic, and used to be mainstream fashion. But these days, there's some other options too, if you don't mind. How about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not often that we get to meet up, especially since Candace rarely makes it.
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth...
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing things you did during the competition. Do you have any classes we could sign up for?
Of course I do. And you're...
That's great! We can't wait. What's your area of research?
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you run any...
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan. And I'd like to learn from you. I can take the class you're teaching as an option, even though cross-darshan lessons might be a little...
I see. You're a good egg, child. Don't worry. Study under me.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't disturb...
I don't quite understand what happened there, but congratulations.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out...
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants before then. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy or Layla?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, though. But she was hanging out with some other Ratahoa students, so we didn't get a chance to speak with her. Are you gonna go and see what she's up to?
Ratahoa students? They must be the ones who voted for her to enter the competition, right? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders how...
If you don't come to Sumeru City often, classic floral designs aren't a bad choice. And of course, since you're putting this on your body, you need to consider the type of fabric the clothes are...
Agreed. After all, is fashion not...
Wait, sorry, ma'am, but I think it could be quite a while before...
I actually think the style recommended by Madame Farazan...
Isn't it just? You have...
Too slow. Behold!
Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. If only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about her, this seems like the kind of thing she'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe it?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was still in Inazuma. This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started,
Sawada, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out much, so our social skills are kinda lacking. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been to many places. Would you be...
Actually, we don't know much about that place either. In fact, we only came over here because we heard you talk.
I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Inazumans don't know much about...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm writing.
Hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a...
Oh, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. But in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it. Apart from the swordmaker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger. Someone who...
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This kabuki mono lived in Tatarasuna for...
So first this strange person goes missing.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out.
Stop shouting!
This part's important. I just wanted to make it stand out. It just so happens that a friend of mine works at the government records office. He looked into it for me, and I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, even back then. Tatarasuna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge was a government official named Niwa. Curiously enough, it seemed...
Wait, so there are two missing people in this story?
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it. Have you ever heard of the great...
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So, basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know the details, but taken in light of everything else going on around that...
The Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest detail of all.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gentlemen.
Get to the point, for Pete's sake.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the kabuki mono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces, you do know something.
No! Paimon just meant...
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon, spooky events...
Oh, and please read my essay draft as... Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in facts. How about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue? Like,
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. I've reached out to everyone I could think of. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything like the level you seem to be suggesting...
good point. Okay, back to the draw.
We have some other stuff to do, so we'll have to say...
All right, thank you.
Hey, so... that thing they were talking about. Okay, then, even if we did know something about... After all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people, like, if you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there are trees in the... Ah! Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... The Balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Fury. Quit following me.
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the third round.
Oh, stop it! If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh?
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds, right? And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3. You came so close to winning the...
Aw, I just got lucky.
That can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way I see it, people aren't exaggerating one bit with the nicknames they give you. You are a genuine genius.
Aw, thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify as a genius.
Ah, come on, don't be so hard on yourself. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today's all about...
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition. Oh well.
Too slow. The wind rises.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida! Bad news. We just saw the balladeer strolling around in public. Did he escape or... Ah! It's him!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Surasthana? Aren't you supposed to be Lack Death? I know you must have a lot of questions. Please, allow me to explain. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in Irminsul for me. A deal? You sure you
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the case, why haven't you done it already?
Don't flatter yourself. It was... Nahida...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job?
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. Could I... But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida.
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive a wedge between us! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem in making a deal.
Well, I, for one, have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. You'll come to understand more about that in the book. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a strategic threat to us. Plus, he's a former Harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive... Wait a second. Former? You mean he's not a Harbinger anymore? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had...
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. That's how it was between me and the Fatui. And so as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to admit that I'm... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection. So, why not join?
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. don't you? And they're your friends. So I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well we manage to cooperate.
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you serious about
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, yes. As I told you once before, there's...
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the whole reason we came to see you today.
Mm-hmm. You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twins' details in the Descender category. This is an extreme... It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since the Balladeer, he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though the amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it, so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. But sometimes, everything is dictated. How things will go in the future depends on what information he brings back. Our minds have connected several times before. There is a corner of your heart reserved for as Sumeru's deity. It is my responsibility to be on guard against the Balladeer. If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been longing to find, it's my pleasure, really. You're Sumeru's hero.
Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help?
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. In fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the Balladeer on my behalf while he carries, even though he only has a fraction of his full power left. Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the out. Great. Prepare yourselves.
Wow, it looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company.
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner gets to be so smug!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now, I'm on temporary release. So maybe you should think about backing off a little.
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entering into the inner, unlike anywhere else. Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of torrents of information. I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides, but it is...
Fine. Let's call it true.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are gonna be traveling together after all. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any obstacles in our path. All you have to do is keep your...
You sure are confident. Paimon will give you that.
If there are no further objections, I suggest we get going. Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh, the snark on this guy. It's
We can start now.
Irminsul access granted. Initiating connection procedure.
Is this a small sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him. Wow. So this is the inside of Irminsul. Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything.
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he said?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, we will now proceed to the...
Can you still sense where the heart of Irminsul...
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted.
Let's go. Stay...
Hey, so... Say we kid go running off. What are you...
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. Quit following me. Too slow. Too slow. Upon the gale. Quit following me. Squall and fury. The wind rises. Gah!
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry. I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. Oh, Traveler! Paimon! Over here!
Ooh, look at all this! Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Faruzan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did. We couldn't find Hat Guy, though.
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. Huh. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he have gone? I still... Well, whatever. He can...
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachine's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotions, too. It was a mix of despair and horror swirling around inside my mind. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly, like he was trying to brainwash me. It gave me a splitting headache that only got worse as he went on. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune...
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to...
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to claim that you agreed to inherit his research, but give up the research as... I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate. He chose you. That means...
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things, you should honor...
That's a good thing. It means that you have...
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation, even when he isn't here.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete without a few words about Alhaitham.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been here with us all along.
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
That was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heart.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you achieve what you wanted out of the—
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people. They told— Oh, are you free next month? You should come along. Maybe even say a few words.
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture. Or ask everyone not to chop down too many trees the next—
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, has everyone had enough to eat? I can order more if anyone—
I'm full. Paimon's super full, too.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is important too. This is—
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup options.
There are other good places around here, too? Whoa, don't
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
Not yet.
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of Genius Invocation?
Eager to show off your new limited edition card.
Not to show off. This is my way of thanking you for your help. Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this card's debut play.
All right, sure. I didn't bring my deck with me, though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days back.
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Gives you one side of the story.
Well, it looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted too. Oh, right. Yeah, Sachin said that he placed his research materials at somewhere beginning with but Kaveh smashed the diadem of knowledge before he could finish. It might be dangerous if someone finds his old research stash, right? Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time. All right then, let's head.
Behold!
Squall Fury!
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, Thumb. What are you doing here? And what are you reading? Are those?
Sachin's notes? Yes. I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents and became interested in his research. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found his research.
Wait! So, you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only he could really empathize with both the calamity and the humanity that these notes seek to convey. Only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person as Sachin was. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages. But this also makes it hard for them to achieve their goals.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve other people. As such, it's extremely difficult to live a life that causes no harm whatsoever to others. If you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. Not everyone can deal with that reality, and that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy, negative. But, at the end of the day, for all these experiment results and conclusions, it's just one person's perspective, Sachin's.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world squarely on humanity, experimented extensively with reliable results, and drew logical conclusions. In that sense, one might say his views were correct.
So, people are bad? And things can only ever get worse? All of that—
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead. All I will say is that the world is not built on correctness alone. Sometimes, being correct means nothing at all. Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth until they wipe away the ignorance that blinds. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies. Even Sachin himself struggled to comprehend the notion of sacrificing oneself for the greater good. But sadly, all viewpoints will find their supporters, and the way we see the world largely decides our fates. All right then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff? You missed out on a big get-together, you know.
Get-together? Ah, yes, that makes sense. This is a good opportunity for that sort of thing.
Guess what? Kaveh treated everyone this time.
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer our question.
Traveler, Paimon, you're already here.
Nahida! Oh, and Haggai. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship?
Yes, it was me. Are you surprised?
Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from the start? And if so—
Because Sachin's research is not mistaken. He spent his entire life researching this. These are the crystallization of his wisdom. Yes, I was worried that the material might cause some disruption, so instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people, he would have intervened at a suitable moment.
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work. Pretty hilarious.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally. But it looks like that didn't work out.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And the last thing I need is more reasons to be indebted to you.
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research research is not mistaken.
Put it this way instead. Truth to me is like a shroom boar. Some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside, and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but none of them objectively describe the shroom boar.
Paimon kinda gets it, but also not really.
The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its within the confines of our limited knowledge. Some may blindly believe in the beauty of this world, and others may focus only on its evils. In truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world is in now, but what people hope it will become. But of course, I don't mean that as a criticism. Ultimately, my duty as the God of Wisdom is to guide every form of wisdom to a place.
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with these research materials?
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas disseminated, I will seal it up. But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building block of the truth. If someone wishes to follow in his footsteps in the future, I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but also find a way out from the despair as well.
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. Wait, you're not intending to keep me in Vahumana long term, are you? I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as a prisoner?
Oh boy, here we go again.
You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate, and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.
Quit following me. Too slow. Upon the gale.
20 years ago, the Academia had just received Sachin's estate. To celebrate the huge investment, the Academia extravaganza that year was grander than usual. I was very young then, and I remember seeing posters for the Interdarshan Championship all over the city. I couldn't help but mention it to my father. I even told him that I really liked the look of the diadem, so he said, "Why don't I win it, so I can let you play with it?" That made me very happy, and I nodded enthusiastically. But to my surprise, he left home, saying that he wanted to do some investigating in the desert. The quicksand got him not long after. For many years, I couldn't face up to it at all. If I just kept my mouth shut.
Wait, so the person we came across in our investigation, who...
Is that why Sachin thought I looked familiar? I can't believe it. My father was always too kind for his own good. Sachin's research would have saddened him greatly. He must have gone into the desert when he heard about it to find those who were still suffering. I've tried telling myself so many times over the years that maybe his sudden depression wasn't because he didn't win the competition. Maybe something else was going on that I wasn't aware of.
Oh, Covet.
Don't worry. I destroyed the diadem.
There's no need. To exchange. Quit following me. Don't get frostbite.
Engaging! Too late for regret!
Behold! Unnecessary. Quit following me, Squall and Fury. Freeze! Oh, so sorry.
Huh? Dare to mess with me? Ears of the storm!
Now's our chance! Final warning!
Behold! The wind rises.
Too late for regret!
Cool it! Squall and Fury. Too slow. The wind rises. Squall and Fury. Too slow.
We'll see about that. Truth repeats its course.
Engaging!
Behold! Unnecessary. Quit following me. The wind rises. Behold! Squall Fury! Ha! You even want this? Behold! Search for it. Dodge this. This won't be frozen. Providing cover fire. Let's get going, Teak.
Dare to mess with me? Have fun with this gift.
Squall and Fury. Search for it. Unnecessary. Quit following me.
Sure.
Solidify! Freeze! Behold!
The wind rises.
Gather!
Outrider Amber, report. Bet you can't keep up with me.
Behold!
Another target tracked down by Outrider Amber.
Oh, I'm look.
Ah!
Yes! Don't get frostbite. Leave the wounded to me! Squall Fury! Search for it! Quit following me. Too slow. Quit following me.
Careless. Stabilize.
Freeze! The wind rises. Cool it! Squall and Fury. Too slow.
Behold! Solidify! I will have order!
Freeze! This moment will be frozen in time.
Neutralizing threats! Now's your coolant!
Dodge this!
Gather! Certainly worth.
Squall and Fury. You even want this?
Cool it! Don't get frostbite! You had your chance!
Behold!
You even want Squall and Fury. Quit following me. Too slow. The wind rises. Too slow.
Solidify!
Fury. Quit following me. The wind rises.
Stabilize.
This moment will be frozen in time. Neutralizing threats. Leave the wall. Behold. Upon the gale. Upon the gale. Huh. You even want this? The wind rises. Squall and Fury. Behold! The wind rises.
Have a load of this.
Freeze! Don't get frostbite. Dodge this. You had your Squall and Fury. Quit following me.
You can't run. Well,
Neutralizing threats. Let's keep cool it. This moment will be frozen in time. Dodge this.
the loneliness of death.
Quite the find. Ah!
Gather!
Behold!
Crumble!
Squall and Fury.
Behold!
Leave it to me. Opening a chest is like...
The wind rises.
Hey, go, Baron Bunny!
You had your...
Let it rain!
Behold!
Get it!
Solidify!
The wind rises. Take it and have fun. Too slow. Squall and Fury. Quit following me.
Gather!
Go, Baron Bunny!
You even want this?
Another test. Stabilize! This is order!
Precision strike!
Picked the wrong test subject.
The wind rises. Quit following me.
Ready when you are.
Order guide you.
Neutralizing threats! Leap! Cool it! Oh, so sorry. Behold! Freeze! Fascinating. What's the hurry?
Right.
What's the hurry?
This! Stabilize!
Squall and Fury. The wind rises. Quit following me.
What'd they do this time?
I will cleanse you of your sins. Salvation belongs to the abyss.
Buckle up! No, my sword! Body and mind.
Atonement has barely
Witness the power.
Share my knowledge.
Dissipate.
fight for salvation.
Look alive!
One more sin upon your soul.
Commit it to memory.
Repent of your sins.
Rain outlines your... Our bond is strong.
Wander not astray.
This is destiny.
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Gloves off!
Salvation
Delve into destiny.
belongs to the abyss.
me
Salvation.
Let's make her look.
Get with me! Let's get it on!
Roll.
One more sin upon your soul.
Shadows of fate!
Committed to memory.
Dissipate!
Righteous retribution.
Booked alive! Let me see!
Roll.
Fate is upon you! You're dead meat!
To redemption.
Leave my space!
The unholy dross.
Get with me!
Burn this barren wasteland. Your
Delve into
salvation.
destiny! Let's get it on!
Sin must perish. One more
Gloves
sin
off!
upon your soul. Repent of your sins.
Let's make her look.
Bond is strong!
All shall return.
Get with me!
Thanks to your hard work, I think I'm feeling stronger than ever.
Look alive! Let me scry! The bond is strong! I'll settle this!
Commit it to memory! Everyone hold hands! I see everything!
Let's get it on! You're dead meat!
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
Delve into destiny! Written in the stars! Shadows of fate! Look alive! You asked for it!
I could make a tidy sum selling some of this.
into destiny.
Committed to memory.
Stand with me.
Cleanse you of your sins. Salvation belongs to the abyss. Has barely begun.
Decided by destiny. Let me scribe. You're dead meat.
The unholy dross. One more sin upon your soul.
Committed to memory.
Out of my way! Dissipate! Delve into destiny. Fate is upon me. Look alive! You asked for it.
Of your sins.
Shadows of fate.
In the end, all shall
Stand with me.
desert. Tough adversary, but at least it doesn't hide anything. What you see is what you get, and whether you take on the challenge is entirely up to you.